right? See, coming to GATE, so this is GATE 2021 syllabus. So I think almost all of you have downloaded this syllabus from IIT Bombay portal, and only few inclusions are being made compared to last year GATE. And before introducing you to the syllabus, let me tell you something that GATE in GATE we have different streams. Like you will be having your aptitude part, and then mathematical part is there, and then structural engineering. Coming to technical part, in civil engineering, structural engineering is there. Then transportation engineering will be there. Then geotechnical engineering and water resource engineering and environmental engineering part will be there, right? And recently, this geomatics engineering is also being included. So this is actually named as geomatics engineering, but it is our usual surveying only. Okay, with a little amount of remote sensing. See, compared to all other parts, what's the major advantage of your geotechnical engineering stream is it has more weightage, as well as it covers only two of your civil engineering courses. So in the past 3 years, you might have studied different subjects in civil engineering, 3 or 4 years. In all those subjects, this geotechnical engineering stream covers only two subjects. So if you wish to score high marks in this section 3, it is very easy, because in for one subject hardly you will maybe having 5 or 6 units. So two subjects ante hardly 10 to 12 units untadi. So studying 10 to 12 units and then securing high marks is actually the added advantage of geotechnical engineering stream. You can even ask me that even structural engineering has higher weightage of 22 marks or like that. But the thing is, if you wish to cover structural engineering part, you have to read more number of subjects, or you have to prepare for more number of subjects. So starting from engineering mechanics, solid mechanics, structural analysis. Even in structural analysis 1, 2 will be there in a few universities, and construction materials and management will be there, and concrete structure, steel structure, everything you have to cover, so as to secure full marks in structural engineering part. Whereas in geotechnical engineering, you have only two subjects. One is soil mechanics or GTE1, another one is foundation engineering or GTE2. Okay, so based on our schedule, I have divided the entire syllabus into 8 parts or 8 chapters. Okay, accordingly, we will try to cover up the topics, and we will refresh all the topics, right? So that's it regarding GATE and its weightage. And it is not only GATE coaching, I could say. 1 minute, let me switch over to. See, you cannot take all these classes are only for GATE 2021. Why? In the sense, once you are prepared for GATE 2021, then you can crack all the competitive exams. Okay, which you will be attending in future. So for assistant engineer exams or any sectional engineer exams in railways, any exam you can simply crack if you clear GATE. And you know what? For GATE, actually extra coaching is not at all required if you have studied with the same phase as you have studied during your inter. Okay. So no tuition, no coaching class, nothing is required. You can simply clear GATE if you have attended all your engineering classes just like your inter classes. Right. So if not, at least prepare by yourself and take some minimum supports from outside. So don't waste your time like taking an extra coaching after completing 4 years of engineering. Okay, so that's my suggestion. And you know what? Uh, Coming to my personal experience, I have cleared GATE twice. So during the year 2011 as well as in 2012, and both the times I haven't taken any coaching. So totally it's a self preparation. So I used to attend colleges regularly. So that's it. And other than this, see, I have attended GATE in the year 2012. So in between 11 to 12, I was working in L&T, so that I did not pursue my masters. After 2012, I again cleared GATE, and then I joined NIT for my masters. And see, because of my GATE preparation, I easily cracked SSC exam, Staff Selection Commission exam, which is being conducted by Staff Selection Commission for junior engineers. So without any preparation. So simply I appeared for that exam and then I cleared it. So just because of preparation, because during February I attended GATE exam, and this SSC exam was held during April. So it was easy for me to clear. Okay, that's why I recommend you, if you are not even aiming for GATE, at least give a preparation. It may be useful for you in future. Right. So coming to our section 3, which is geotechnical engineering in our GATE syllabus, is our first lecture. And in today's session, we will be discussing part of soil mechanics, which is GTE 1. So in that, the first unit in which the different index soil properties are discussed, and we will be discussing three-phase system, and what are the different phase relationships and index properties of soil. And then coming to soil classification, you might have studied different soil classification system. So textural classification system and some other classification system. So from GATE point of view, it is sufficient to go through only unified system of classification and Indian standard soil classification system. So why only unified? So that one I will tell you while discussing that topic, because Indian standard is, as we are in India, IS standard is important. Why unify the classification is also important. So that one also I'll come. See, we will quickly move on to the topic because our time is very limited. And don't worry, if any of the topic is not covered, I'll cover it out before your before the commencement of next session. And whenever any assignment is being posted, just do that assignment and ask me whenever you have any questions. Okay, so we all know that soil. So how soil is actually formed? Soil is formed by the disintegration of rock mass. So that disintegration may be either chemical disintegration or physical disintegration. So many agents will played a role in this disintegration phenomenon, and that has resulted in the soil which we are seeing around today. Okay. So for example, ఇక్కడ మీకు ఒక soil system ఉంది. So when you take a disintegrated rock mass which has resulted as soil, so in at the ground surface, so such a piece of soil mass is being taken and it is being represented over here. Here brown colored thing represents soil granules. Okay, so if you take any other material like steel or stone, it is a definite particle, whereas a soil is a granular material. It is a group of granules assembled together. So along with these granules, some void spaces are also being created. Gaps వచ్చింది కదా. So in those gaps, either those gaps are occupied by air, or in some places those gaps are occupied by water. So soil is made of three phases, right? Solid and water and air. So if I can typically represent it in this fashion. Okay, so this was the soil which was shown previously. So soil solids are there, so that brown color particles, and then water and air phase is also there. Okay, so this represents three-phase system of any soil. If the soil is totally saturated means all the gaps in between the soil particles are occupied by water. So అన్ని gaps లో వాటర్ ఉంటే దాన్ని ఏం చెప్తాము? Fully saturated soil అంటాం. Okay, so if all the gaps are empty అంటే it is totally dry soil. Okay, so if few gaps are filled with water, few gaps are left as such. So నేను ముందు చూపించినట్టు అలాగే ఉండింది అనుకో, గ్యాప్స్ ఎయిర్ ఉంది, వాటర్ రెండు ఉంటే, so those kind of soils are called partially saturated soil. Okay, so this three-phase system indicates a partially saturated soil. ఎందుకంటే ఎయిర్ ఉంది, వాటర్ ఉంది, సాయిల్ సాలిడ్స్ కూడా ఉంది. So if I represent them in terms of volume, so here solid volumes is represented by the letter Vs. Okay, so suffix S indicates soil solids, not soil, it's soil solids. Soil solids ante only a brown color particles. Soil ante ఈ entire system ni soil అని చెప్తాము. So always you have to know the difference. And VW indicates volume of water, and VA indicates volume of airspace. Okay, and see here the volume occupied by water and the volume occupied by air is together forms the volume formed by the void spaces. Actually void space the volume ne either air వచ్చి ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంది లేదంటే వాటర్ వచ్చి ఆక్యుపై చేస్తాయి కదా. సో sum of these two volumes gives me volume of void spaces created, right? And V indicates the volume of whole system, right? Now here we got the volume terminologies. Now let us see the terms related to mass. Here MS indicates mass of soil solids, and WS indicates weight of soil solids. So in few places we will be considering mass, and few places we will be considering weight if we consider gravity. Okay, that's why I have represented both of them parallelly, right? And MW indicates mass of water, and WW indicates weight of only water. So ఆ gaps లో వాటర్ కనపడింది కదా బ్లూ కలర్ లో, సో ఆ వాటర్ ని మాత్రం మనం వెయిట్ చూసామంటే ఆ వెయిట్ MW, అలా కాకపోతే WW అంటారు. Okay, and generally there is no weight for air. So mass of air or weight of air is almost negligible and it is equal to 0. Okay, so ఈ diagram మీకు గుర్తుంటే you can easily write all the forthcoming formulas or forthcoming terminologies. Okay, so soil related అన్ని terminologies మనం ఈజీగా లిస్ట్ అవుట్ చేసేయచ్చు. Could you remember any terminologies related to this three-phase system? I think final year students can answer.
Void ratio.
Very good. So first and foremost thing which you could remember is void ratio. Okay, any other thing?
Water content.
Water content. Fine. ఇంకా
Porosity.
porosity. See, some are telling void ratio, other water content. So I have grouped these terminologies into different categories. Okay, so two in each category. So first we will see the terminologies related to water. Okay, so for water, as someone is telling, water content. So water content in soil, then ఎలా represent చేస్తాం? So water content is nothing but weight of water. So గ్యాప్ లో అక్కడక్కడ ఫోర్ స్పేసెస్ లో బ్లూ కలర్ లో వాటర్ ఉన్నది కదా, సో దాట్ ఇండికేట్స్ ది వాటర్ కంటెంట్ ప్రెసెంట్. సో ఆ వాటర్ తో వెయిట్ మాత్రం తీసుకోవాలి. సో వెయిట్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ డివైడెడ్ బై వెయిట్ ఆఫ్ సాలిడ్స్ into 100 gives me water content. Okay, so here weight of solids means weight of dry soil, and weight of water indicates, so difference between wet weight of soil and dry weight of soil after oven drying kada. So ఇప్పుడు field లో నుంచి డైరెక్ట్ గా సాయిల్ తీసుకొస్తే అది వెట్ కండిషన్ లో ఉండొచ్చు. If you keep it in micro hot air oven, then it will be totally dry. So difference between wet weight and dry weight will give you how much amount of water was present in the soil. Kada? So weight of water divided by weight of solids into 100 gives me water content. And in some scenario, this water content can be greater than 100 also. Okay, e volume, this water volume may be greater than solid, water's weight may be greater than the solid's weight, right? So in those scenarios, you may get water content greater than 100% also. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So if you want me to represent in terms of letters, WW by WS into 100. See, always instead of remembering the formulae, remember the formulae in terms of words. That will be easy. ఎందుకంటే ఈ WS, WI, WR, you are studying so many subjects throughout your engineering. You will get confused and you may forget. Instead, remember the formulae in terms of words. Then you will not, you will never forget. Okay. Next terminology related to water is degree of saturation. What is degree of saturation? So degree means something which is achieved. దానే కదా degree అంటాం. See, here in this soil, VV amount of volume of voids are there. Okay, or VV amount of voids are there. So in those void spaces, how much amount of water is present? That is what degree of saturation. So ఇంత volume కు void space ఉంది, అందులో ఎంత వరకు వాటర్ ఫిల్ అయ్యి ఉంది. So that is what degree of saturation. So volume of water divided by volume of voids. So మొత్తం voids లో ఎంత వరకు వాటర్ ఫిల్ అయ్యింది in terms of volume into 100 gives me degree of saturation. See, what could be the maximum value of degree of saturation? 100. Why in the sense, ఈ వాటర్ ఇంతవరకే కదా మాక్సిమం వెళ్ళొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు విడబ్ల్యూ వాల్యూమ్ ఉంది. సో దిస్ వాటర్ కంటెంట్ మే ఇంక్రీజ్ ఓన్లీ అప్ టు హియర్. సో దానికన్నా ఎక్కువ వెళ్తే దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ రిప్రజెంట్ ది సాయిల్ సిస్టమ్ కదా. సో the degree of saturation, maximum value of degree of saturation is 100%. Okay, so how much amount of water is being occupied in the void spaces, adane degree of saturation antam. Okay, so S is equal to VW by VV into 100. So that gives me degree of saturation. So now we learned two terminologies related to this three-phase system. Okay, and these two terminologies are in terms of water. Okay, so next we will see two terminologies in relation to void spaces. Okay. So what are they? So void spaces ante how much amount of empty space is there? So previously we have seen in terms of water, two terminologies. ఇప్పుడు voids term లో చూస్తున్నాం. So as you all know, our most familiar void ratio comes first. So what is void ratio? Ratio between volume of voids and volume of solids. So ఎంత void space ఉంది and what is the ratio maintained between void space and the solid space. So that forms void ratio. See, in this figure, this volume of voids can be greater than volume of solids also, no? If the soil is in very loose state, then this volume of soil solids may be very less compared to volume of voids. So ulta ఈ line ఉంది కదా volume of voids line. So this can be greater and this one can be smaller also. So in that scenario, what happens to your void ratio? Seema, volume of voids can be greater than volume of solids. ఎందుకంటే you just see ఇక్కడ ఉన్న కొంచెం సాయిల్ తీసేసి if it is in a loose state, more amount of air will be occupied, right? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So in that scenario, what happens to your void ratio?
Increases.
It increases. So if VV is greater than VS, what happens to void ratio?
Void ratio increases, ma'am.
No, no, no. I am not asking. It has increased, ma. It has increased to such an extent that ఈ వాయిడ్ స్పేస్ ఉంది కదా ఇది చాలా ఎక్కువ వచ్చేసింది ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ దాకా వచ్చేసింది. Okay, so this everything was occupied by void space and only a small portion is occupied by soil. ఇలా ఉంది. అప్పుడు void ratio ఎంత వస్తుంది?
Volume of voids.
Huh?
Equal to volume of voids.
Equal to what happens? Very good. So who said?
Sachin.
Very good. So in that scenario, your E will be greater than 1. Okay. So volume of voids is very high compared to volume of solids అన్నటప్పుడు ఈ void ratio greater than 1 గా రావడానికి కూడా ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. Okay. And generally we represent void ratio not in terms of percentage. ఎందుకంటే if we represent something in terms of percentage, generally we do not refer it as greater than 100%. అందువల్ల ఎప్పుడు void ratio ని we will not be representing in terms of percentage. So to represent in terms of letters, void ratio is VV by VS. Here VS indicates only solids volume. Okay. So next terminology is, 1 minute, porosity. So what is porosity? Porosity is also a measure of voids, but in terms of total volumes. Previously we compared void volume with solids volume, whereas here we are comparing void volume with total volume. Okay, so what is porosity? Volume of voids divided by total volume into 100. See, this void volume VV can increase. So as previously I have mentioned, it may increase up to here or it may be totally up to here. So but it cannot be greater than V, right? Hello? So it can reach a maximum value of capital V. Capital V kana ekku raaledu. Okay. So then could you tell me what is the maximum value of porosity then? Hello?
1.
1 or 100. Okay, if I include the percentage, then the maximum value of porosity is only 100%. So beyond 100, it cannot go. right? Shall we move on to the next term? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we will see terminologies in relation to air. I hope those who have studied soil mechanics previously might have remembered all the four terms whichever is discussed so far. But you guys may sometimes remember this terminology, air content. So what is air content? So air content is the ratio between volume of air to volume of voids. Okay, so VA by VV is known as air content. Okay, and how? What is the maximum possible value of air content? See, VA can increase up to here, and or it can even come like this. What is the maximum value of air content?
VV.
Up to VV, volume of air can increase. So beyond that, air content cannot increase. So maximum value of air content is also 1. So the next terminology is percentage air voids. See, in the previous thing, we have represented volume of air in terms of volume of voids. Whereas now, we are going to compare volume of air with respect to total volume. Okay, so air content is with respect to void volume, whereas percentage air voids is with respect to total volume. Okay, so it's almost like your porosity, because in porosity also we have taken volume of voids by total volume. In the same way, in percentage air voids also we will be comparing volume of air with respect to total volume. Okay, so NA is a notation for percentage air voids. So NA is equal to VA by V. Okay. Hello. Are you guys clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So now we will see few phase relationships. See, as of now, we have discussed only 6 terminologies. Water content, degree of saturation, porosity, void ratio, air content, percentage of air voids. Now we'll see some few relationships. See, if you might have done your regular course on soil mechanics, there were n number of relationships. Okay, so I recommend you not to remember all the relationships. If you remember few relationships, remaining relationships you can derive handy. Okay, so remembering all the relationships may be leave you in confusion. So that's why I recommend you to remember only few things. So let us see, derive few relationships, or let us uh, recollect few relationships. Okay. So let me switch over the window. See, now we will see a relationship between porosity and void ratio. So previously we have studied, no? So what is the formula for void ratio? Volume of? Hello?
Voids by volume of
Volume of
solids.
solids. Solids. So and the porosity is volume of voids by total volume. Now let us establish a relationship between E and N. Okay, so I'm not going to do any lengthy derivation. I'm just going to use my three-phase diagram. See, here, what am I going to do is, this is volume of voids. This volume of voids I'm going to represent with the notation E. Okay, and this is volume of solids. So this volume of solids I'm going to represent with the letter 1. Okay. Now tell me what is porosity? Volume of voids by total volume. Now tell me. See, I have introduced two different symbols, no, for volume of voids and volume of solids. Now tell me, what is volume of voids? E. Kada?
E
By what is total volume now?
E plus 1.
E plus 1 or 1 plus E in Chapacha? So N is equal to E by 1 plus E. Okay. See, another relationship people used to claim, which is in an ulta manner. Okay. So E in terms of N. మీకు కావాలంటే అది కూడా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Otherwise, there is no need to remember that. ఎందుకంటే మీకు ఒక రిలేషన్షిప్ ఉంటే the other one you can simply derive. Okay, shall we derive? Just rearrange them, you will get it. E is equal to, if I rearrange it, then I will get E is equal to N by 1 minus N. Okay. If I rearrange it, I will get this one. Okay. So now you no need to remember two relationship also. One is fine. Okay. So just to remember, volume of voids is replaced with the letter E and volume of solids as 1. Then just substitute it in your porosity formula. You will get this relationship. Why am I emphasizing this relationship is, in many problems, they will give the terminologies in terms of porosity, whereas you will be using the terminologies in terms of void ratio. Then you need this formula for conversion. Okay. So that's why I told you here. Next, we will see some densities or unit weights. Okay. So first we will see mass density. So in mass densities, Chandu, my screen is visible to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So first density is dried. So dry mass density. Dry mass density. So how to represent that? What is density? What is density? Density?
Mass by
by
volume.
volume.
Mass by volume. Ante kada. Here we are discussing about soil. Okay. So we will be taking the volume of the entire soil system here. That's it. Okay. So if dried mass density means, what am I supposed to do? Hello.
Uh, soil by total volume.
What soil by total volume?
Dry
Mass
soil.
of soil by
Dry
total
Water
volume.
by total.
Hello. Mass of dry soil. So how did we represent mass of dry soil? So this is dry mass density. So I am going to use the notation rho d. Okay. So rho d is equal to mass of dry soil. So how to represent mass of dry soil?
MS.
M S divided by total volume. Okay. So this gives me dry mass density. See, few people will be using dry mass density, or few will be using dry unit weight. See, what is unit weight? What will we do in unit weight? Unit weight is gamma, right? Density is mass by volume, whereas unit weight is, hello,
Rho G.
rho g. Okay, rho into g. Or otherwise, how can I represent it? What is unit weight?
Weight
Weight
by
by
volume.
Weight by
volume.
volume.
కదా? So dry unit weight అంటే ఏం చేయాలి? Gamma D, because notation for dry unit weight is gamma. Since it is dry unit weight, I am going to use the letter gamma D. So gamma D is equal to weight of dry soil. So which is WS by total volume. Okay. So that's why I have written MS and WS parallelly in our three-phase drawing. Okay. So this is dry mass unit weight. So now we'll see bulk mass density. So bulk, this is mass density, whereas here bulk unit weight. Okay. Whereas here bulk mass density. Sarena? So what is bulk mass density? In bulk mass density, in previous case, we have taken only the dry soil, whereas now we will take the system together. Okay. So generally, we represent bulk mass density or as rho, and it is represented as the total mass by value. Okay. Whereas bulk unit weight is represented by the letter gamma in some places, or in some places they use the suffix B, gamma B. So how to go about? Just weight of the total soil divided by volume. See, here a mass is there, whereas here also a mass is there. The same way weight is there, here also weight is there. So we will discuss in one term because the other one is just analogous to the mass and weight are almost analogous. Just gravity ostadi ante. So hope I am not confusing. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, bulk unit weight means you will be directly taking the soil in its natural state, weigh it in your weighing balance, and divide it by its volume. Then you will get bulk unit weight. How will you get dry unit weight? Bring the soil from field, keep it in oven, totally dry or totally remove its water content. Then the soil will resume a state of total dryness. Then go to your weighing machine and weigh it. Then you will get dry weight of your soil divided by volume. Okay. Then you will get dry unit weight. Okay. So that's the major difference between bulk unit weight and dry unit weight. Bulk unit weight and bulk ante everything together. Soil, water, everything together. Whereas dry ante totally dried after keeping it in oven. Okay. So other than this, one more thing is there. Saturated mass density or saturated unit weight. I hope since both the things are similar, let me discuss everything in terms of unit weight. Okay. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is gamma saturated? So gamma saturated means the soil which you are bringing from the field must be in a total saturated condition. All the void spaces in your soil mass must be filled with water. So a gap undakudu, no air gaps, anni pore space lo water undali. In that state, bring the soil from field, put it in your weighing balance and get the weight. అప్పుడు మీకు ఒక వెయిట్ వస్తుంది కదా, అదానే saturated weight of soil అంటారు. So divided by the total one. So that gives you saturated unit weight. Okay. So we have seen dry unit weight, bulk unit weight, saturated unit weight. Other than this, two more important unit weights are there, which is submerged unit weight. See, we all know that whenever we submerge anything inside water, submerge ante enti? Immersing it totally in water. So water lopla mottam munigichestam. So in that condition, measure the weight of soil. So that gives you submerged unit weight. W submerged. దాన్ని మళ్ళీ total volume తో divide చేయండి. Okay, then you will get submerged unit weight. So other than this, any other unit weights are there? Dry, bulk, saturated, submerged. ఇంకా ఒక unit weight ఉంది. Can anyone remember?
Soil solids.
Very good. So unit weight of soil solids. Unit weight.
Ma'am, I think you have been muted, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Hello.
ma'am.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
I think some connectivity issue. I think now we have received back. 1 minute. So, would you able to see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, unit weight of soil solids. So, unit weight of soil solid is generally represented with the suffix S. Gamma S. So, unit weight of soil solids and ఏంటి? In previous all the cases, we have taken dry soil mass, wet, natural or wet soil mass, and then totally saturated soil mass, and then soil in submerged condition. Whereas in case of soil solids unit weight, we will be considering weight of dry soil as WS, whereas in this case, we will be dividing it by volume of only soil. Okay, so soil తో volume తో divide చేస్తున్నాం. For example, see if this is a container and 1 minute. Let me take some. Okay, see in this it has full of soil grains. Okay, and I have kept it already in oven and then I have totally dried it off. Right? So this, if I keep it in weighing balance, then I will get your WS. Okay, that's fine. Where in case of dry unit weight gamma D, we have divided it by the volume of this container. Suppose volume of this container is V or initial volume, whatever is that. So we have divided it by that initial volume. Whereas in case of unit weight of soil solids, we will be dividing it by volume which is just occupied by the soil's solid particles. ఓకే, ఈ సాలిడ్ పార్టికల్ మాత్రం ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంది కదా, ఆ వాల్యూమ్ మాత్రం తీసుకుంటాం. We will be neglecting or we will be deducting all the void volumes. So ఈ void volume తీసుకోకుండా only volume which is occupied by soil grains, ఆ వాల్యూమ్ మాత్రం తీసుకుంటాం. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇట్ ఇస్ క్వైట్ డిఫికల్ట్. ఈ సాయిల్ ఆక్యుపై చేసిన వాల్యూమ్ మాత్రం మనం తీసుకోలేము. సో ఇన్ ఫీల్డ్ ద సినారియో మే నాట్ బి దాట్ నీట్, లైక్ ఇంతవరకు సాలిడ్, దీని మీద వాటర్, దాని పైకి ఎయిర్ అని ఉండదు కదా. సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ is just like a skeleton. In the skeleton of soil particles, water and air will be occupied. సో ఇలాంటి ఒక skeleton structure లో only solids తో వాల్యూమ్ మెషర్ చేయడం డిఫికల్ట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ వై we are going for dry unit weight. Okay, so instead of unit weight of soil solids, but this property is highly constant property for a given soil mass. Okay, so ఇది చాలా accurate గా ఉంటుంది, but still it is quite difficult to measure Vs. We will not be using it. Okay, so that's it regarding your unit weights and mass densities. So now we will see one simple relationship which we will be using during our problems and all. So in relation to your mass densities or unit weights. So how much is your submerged unit weight? So I'm not going to give you the total derivation. I'm just representing the formula. So how much is the submerged unit weight? In terms of saturated unit weight or unit weight of water? Gamma submerged.
And again, you have muted yourself, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. 1 minute, let me see whether the session is recorded or what. Is being recorded. Okay, fine. Okay. So gamma submerged is equal to gamma saturated minus gamma W. So this relationship is also important. Just make a note of it. Okay, right. Now we'll see few terminologies or few properties of soil. The few properties we will be discussing now. So as of now, unit weights are being discussed, and we have established a relationship also between void ratio and porosity. Also, we established a relation between submerged unit weight, saturated unit weight, and unit weight of water. Now we are going to discuss few index properties. First one is specific gravity, relative density, liquid limit, plastic limit. See, relative density is related only with sandy soil. Okay. Generally for clayey soil, we will not be discussing relative density. In the same way, liquid limit, plastic limit, and other consistency limits are important for cohesive soils. Okay. So for just for the information of third year students, what is cohesive soil and what are cohesionless soil, we will be discussing in the forthcoming classes. Okay. And we will be studying what is shrinkage limit, then plasticity index, liquidity index, consistency index, flow index, toughness index, thixotropy, activity, sensitivity, everything. Okay, so now we'll see one parameter after the other. Right. So first one is specific gravity. So what is specific gravity? And why all these terminologies are important? Just for identification or classification of soil. So whenever you are going to uh, use or whenever you are going to construct anything on soil, you should know its properties. And always you cannot start simply exploring their engineering properties. For preliminary studies, you have to explore their index properties. So that gives you a rough idea about their engineering behavior. So later on, you can go for a detailed investigation on its engineering behavior. Okay. So first we will be discussing what is specific gravity. How will you represent specific gravity? Hello.
G, ma'am.
GS.
G. So specific gravity is the ratio between density of solids divided by density of water. Okay. So whenever you multiply specific gravity of any material, so suppose if it is specific gravity of soil, if you multiply it with density of water, so density of water is how much? How much rho W is equal to? W is
1000.
equal to 1000
9.8.
meter cube. 1000 kg per meter cube, right? So if you multiply specific gravity of any material with the density of water, then you will get density of that material. Suppose if you know the specific gravity of mercury, then if you multiply it with the density of water, then you will get density of mercury. Okay. In the same way, if you know the specific gravity of gold, simply multiply it with 1000. Then you will get how much is the density of gold. The same way, you can easily find out the density of any material once its specific gravity is known. Okay. So since measuring the density of any material is quite difficult, we will be measuring their specific gravity. Okay. And then indirectly you can compute the density. Fine. So this GS is the specific gravity of solids. And two more specific gravities are also there. First one is mass specific gravity, which is represented with the notation GM. Mass specific gravity ante enti.
Hello.
Ma'am.
Hello? I think the meeting is more than 1 hour. That's why few network issues are happening. Shall we disconnect and then join again? Is that okay? Hello?
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'll
Okay,
just close this recording and then once again we will resume back. Okay, now itself.